Alright, I'm Matt and I'm back with Fallout 4, where last time we finally made it to Diamond City to find out about our son. Only it doesn't look like anybody's willing to help us. Security isn't supposed to, and the mayor has more important stuff to do. And just as I'm about to go in, there is shooting going on. Trinity Tower radio signal.
Alright, still in one piece.
Oops. That's enhanced radar right leg. Uh-huh. But it's radar stuff, so no. Okay, that was just a radar attack, so forget about that. Where was there? But yeah, let's find out if we can find. Let's see if we can find out more about our missing son. Although, first off, I checked, and the stadium in real life is called Fenway Park. And another thing is, I'm not entirely sure that our son is. We said that our son is less than a year old, or just a year old, something like that. I'm not entirely sure that's still true. Talk to Sullivan. Yeah, but he can't help us. Yeah, as I said, I'm not sure our son is still less than a year old. Reason being, when he was taken, we got frozen again.
Hey, kiddo. How are the paper sales?
Well, the presses are getting overloaded. That motor is going to go soon if we don't replace it.
You've been saying that for weeks and the old girl still keeps cranking. Stop worrying so much. I gotta head into the office. You start whistling if you see any angry politicians coming our way.
Why? Is something wrong? Piper? Free paper to newcomers. If the Institute grabs you in the night, at least we warned you.
The Institute?
You ain't heard of the Institute, mister? They snatch people up in the night and no one hears from them again. It's all in the paper. Better read up before they grab you, too.
Yeah.
Who's gone missing?
Drifters, residents, stadium seat snobs. Seems every year or so, someone's gone, and we all know why. So you better be careful, newcomer. The Institute is out there, and they'll grab you too. Like I said, it's all in the paper.
I believe you. Thanks.
You're a real lost lamb in the wolf's den, mister. So what are you doing in Diamond City anyway?
I came here looking for someone.
Let me guess. That someone's gone missing, right? That's what I'm telling you. So who is it?
I'm looking for Shaun. He's my son. Less than a year old.
You have a son, mister? Man, you're old. You're in bad luck. No one tries to find missing people in Diamond City. Missing people means the Institute is involved. And no one's going to want to get the Institute's attention.
Well, that's the question. Is it really, or has it really been the Institute in my case? Because it's quite a ways from Diamond City.
You're a smart kid. Isn't there someone in town who isn't afraid of this Institute?
Well, there is the detective, Mr. Nick Valentine. He's not afraid of anything. If anyone's gonna help you, it's him.
What else do you know about Mr. Valentine?
I know all the adults who go there won't admit it. Ain't that the way it is? No one's ever grateful for the people who help out the most.
Thanks. You were a big help.
Remember, the Institute's out there, newcomer. Watch your back.
They make it sound like a bit of a bogeyman, but they might be right.
About it. Institute replaces people with machines. Are you next?
Ah, that's what... Ah, I thought so. The thing we had last episode with Art. Probably. Where is it? Is it there? No. There it should be. It should be there, is what I want to say. So... there it is. October 2287, The Synthetic Truth by Piper Wright. Noodles. We all eat them, we all love them. And Diamond City's Power Noodles has supplied this sustenance for the past 15 years. From the stilted mechanical cadence of Takahashi's programmed Japanese, to the fragrant steam that wafts from each bowl, to the scalding tang of each delicious mouthful. The ordering and eating of noodles is but one of many shared human experiences. Or is it? I was struck by this very question as I sat at the counter of Power Noodles last Wednesday night, just after 5 p.m., enjoying this dinner I had so many times before. That's when I noticed our very own Mayor McDonough sidle up to a stool and engage in the very same ritual. Right hand extending, mouth opening, teeth chewing. Yes, eating noodles. The shared experience of almost every Diamond City resident. So it must have also seemed to the residents of Diamond City, nearly 60 years ago, on an uncharacteristically warm May evening in 2229, as they sat around this very same counter. But that was before the days of Takahashi and his noodles, when the bar served not noodles but ice-cold Nuka-Colas, frothy beers and stiff shots of whiskey. The barman's name was Henry, and that night he facilitated the shared human experiences of drinking, smoking, talking and laughing. That is, until tragedy struck. There aren't many among us who are even old enough to remember that evening, although some of the city's school residents certainly could have, had they not been forcibly removed, thanks to Mayor McDonough's anti-ghoul decree of 2282. I don't like that mayor. But there is one person among us who does remember distinctly the events of that evening. Respected matriarch Eustace Hawthorne, who recounted her story in a public occurrences exclusive interview. Oh, I was there alright, sitting right at the bar, sure as you're sitting in front of me now. 22 years old or so, and just looking to have a good time. I was safe behind the wall, we all were, so what was the harm? And let me tell you that Mr. Carter made it easy. He came into town earlier that day, said he was from out west, somewhere. It didn't really matter. What did matter was his smile and his laugh, and the way he'd make everyone feel at ease. That night at the bar, we all just sort of crowded around him. Everyone wanted to exchange a word or hear about the state of the Commonwealth. And Mr. Carter, he was all too happy to oblige. It was just so wonderful, until it wasn't. Eustace continued her account of that evening at the moment when things turned sinister and the truth about Mr. Carter was revealed. He'd been drinking and carrying on, must have been 3 hours. Mr. Carter had 4 or 5 drinks in that time. He seemed a bit drunk, I guess, like the rest of us. Then something just sort of happened. He was smiling, but the smile sort of went from his face, all in an instant. And then his cheeks started twitching, kind of funny. And I remember watching him, clear as if it happened just yesterday. He reached inside his coat, took out a revolver, and then blam! He shot Henry, the barman, right in the head. Didn't hesitate, didn't show any emotion. Mr. Carter killed Henry as casually as if he were paying him for a drink. But his cheek never did stop twitching. Let me tell you, all hell broke loose after that. What Eustace is describing is, of course, the infamous event known as the Broken Mask, when the people of the Commonwealth learned for the first time that the Institute, the shadowy scientific organization responsible for the creation of combat androids, had actually succeeded in creating a model so advanced it could effortlessly infiltrate human society. Unbeknownst to the people of Diamond City, the Institute had somehow evolved their androids into true synthetic humans, synths. After he shot Henry, that Mr. Carter shot 3 or 4 other people too. Like I said, all hell broke loose. The guards came running, they opened fire, and Mr. Carter, he kept shooting and throwing people around left and right. Finally, those guards put him down. Seemed like they had killed a man who had flipped his lid. Gone crazy. And he lay there like a dead crazy man, sure enough. God, it was horrible. But then we saw the plastic and the metal. This was one of them early sins, you see. And we realized it wasn't the man at all. It was then we all knew. The Institute wasn't just out there. The Institute was everywhere now, among us. It was never determined precisely why the synth known as Mr. Carter went on his killing spree. Some suggested he had somehow been remotely controlled by the Institute, who wanted to test his combat effectiveness. Still others felt he had simply malfunctioned, a hypothesis supported by the twitching cheek, and was never meant to kill anyone. But at that time the why hardly seemed important. What mattered was that the humans of the Commonwealth had been truly infiltrated by an organization whose intentions and motives were, and still are, a complete mystery, using a model of synths even less advanced than the ones the Institute has in service today. Which brings us to Noodles, specifically the noodles consumed by Mayor McDonough last Wednesday night, in the same spot that Mr. Carter the synth went haywire and mercilessly killed several people, after spending hours sharing an experience the people of Diamond City assumed was reserved for members of the human race. They were wrong. Are we? So, yeah, apparently.
Anyone is one of those things. It's that secretary of his, her and her perfect hair.
Mayor's secretary. Come on, Ma. I cut her hair myself, and I know human hair.
That's just it, Johnny. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. If you nicked McDonough with your razor, he'd bleed. Don't mean nothing.
Please no smoking, and she's smoking. Alright. So that is public occurrences.
That a real Volt suit? Damn.
Yeah, what's it to you, mister? I guess that is a place to buy clothing and stuff? Balance basement, okay, no, maybe not.
Shopping at night? Diamond City Surplus is always open. Everyone else may be closed, but Diamond City Surplus is open 24 hours a day.
What do you sell here?
Oh, everything, sir. Miss Myrna prizes herself on being a collector of quality odds and ends from all over the Commonwealth. We also buy any unwanted items you may be carrying on your person. And we're open 24 hours a day.
Hooray.
Let's see what you have.
Excellent.
So, what do you have? Antique globes. Okay, that's one screw. That's the thing, I kinda need more screws. Do you have screws? Not right. Oh, right, because I'm seeing the teddy bear. Before last episode, I gave Dog Meat one of those. Because Stano told me that as one of his idle animations, Dog Meat tends to play with that. And he did just after I gave him one. But so Commonwealth weaponry right here. Detective.
Sometimes you gotta wonder, does anyone fight back? Institute has to have enemies, right?
What? You mean the railroad? Well, that's a fairy tale, man. They don't exist.
Nah, I heard from my cousin. He knows a guy that works for him. They got a code phrase and everything. Follow the Freedom Trail.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? You're full of it, and that kind of talk is gonna get you snatched up by the synths.
Hey, we got a new quest. Valentine Detective Agency. Now let's see if he can in fact help us, eh?
Wouldn't last forever. His ties. Oh, Nick.
Where is he?
Something wrong?
Another stray coming in from the rain. Afraid you're too late. Office is closed.
Wait, who are you? You the detective?
Me? No, I'm Nick's secretary. Handle his appointments, his papers, that sort of thing. Well, that's what I used to do anyway, but now Nick's disappeared and I can't keep a detective agency open without a detective.
Oh, come on.
Do you have any idea how I could find him?
He disappeared working a case. Skinny Malone's gang had kidnapped a young woman, and he tracked them down to their hideout in Park Street Station. There's an old vault down there they use as a base. I told Nick he was walking into a trap, but he just smiled and walked out the door like he always does.
Alright.
Who's this Skinny Malone character?
I don't know much about him, but he's from Good Neighbor, and that means he's in the well-pressed suits and machine gun school of thuggery.
You said Malone's from Good Neighbor?
Yeah, it's a tough neighborhood. Northeast a ways. People with power there care about two things: style and body count.
Huh.
I'll find him. You have my word.
Thank you. Nick should be easy to spot. He's always wearing that old hat and trench coat getup. Please, hurry.
Right. Of course. Of fucking course. Unlikely Valentine. Okay, let's not nick everything from Nick. Right.
What's with you vault dwellers in those jumpsuits, huh?
They're useful. Easy to upgrade too. So... Oh. All kinds of plants right here. Who be you? Oh, the mayor. Everybody heading here now? Looks like. What are you doing?
Don't touch the paint.
Don't worry, I won't.
Good. The wall keeps out the bad guys, so I appreciate you not messing her up none. Thinking you need a little education. Maybe a bit of community service. What do you say?
What do you need done?
You see this paint I'm using? Only one place left in the whole Commonwealth you can get it. Hardware Town. Ruined store close by to the west. Bring back a can of paint, and it'll be 100 caps in your pocket. How's that sound?
That's good.
Paint retrieval. I'm on it.
Much obliged.
And trust that has given us prosperity, security, and education for every citizen. And while the paper might point their fingers at synths and other ghost stories to drive us apart, we will not betray this sacred trust. Now, I want everyone to hear these next words very carefully. I am not a synth. I am the same flesh and blood boy
That's what a synth
who
would
grew
say.
up on these streets, who was born in a shack just down the waterfront to Martha and Patrick McDonough. And I will not abandon my city due to the heinous allegations of the press. God bless this city. God bless the wall.
Yeah, I don't trust that guy, but he might be legit. Don't have to be a synth to be an asshole.
You read the paper? Damn synths. Hiding among us.
That's the other thing about those synths. I'm not entirely sure if I trust the Institute, or if I want to blame everything on the synths.
I'm not a synth. Don't move, synth. What have you done with the real Riley? Where's my brother? I swear I'm not a synth. Don't shoot, for God's sakes. We're family.
Not again.
Put the gun down now.
He's a synth. He'll kill us all. Kyle, no!
Okay, show's over. There are no synths in Diamond City. Hear me? Just you folks and your damn paranoia.
Wait. Right.
Hey.
He pulled a gun on me. My own brother.
What happened?
I'm not a synth. I told him. I kept telling him. Why didn't he listen to me? I need a minute.
Sure.
Officer?
I need you to step away, Scabber.
I understand, officer. I just want to know what happened.
What, you didn't hear the shouting? Guy pulls a gun on his own brother, thinking he's a synth. It's that newspaper's fault. Got people all riled up, thinking their own family might be replaced by machines. Look, I'm sorry you got caught up in all this, but it's over, okay? Just go about your business like nothing happened. Better that way. What's everyone still standing around for? Go back to your own damn business.
I didn't ask for company. Leave.
Right. I'm leaving. So, Piper?
Move along.
Not entirely sure that guy's gonna survive either. I mean, warning people about synths is one thing, but if that's what comes of it, that's a problem.
Glad you dropped by. You holding up, Blue?
Why are you calling me that?
'Cause of the blue jumpsuit you're wearing? You're a vault dweller. So here's the deal. I want an interview. Your life story in print. I think it's time Diamond City had a little outside perspective on the Commonwealth. You do that, and I'll tell you what. I'll come with you. Watch your back while you get used to the world above ground.
What kind of interview is this gonna be?
I ask you who you are, get your opinion on life out there, and maybe load up a few tough questions and keep it interesting. What do you say?
Sure, why not?
Alright, Piper. I'm in.
Good. Let's get down to business. So, I know you're from a vault. How would you describe your time on the inside?
Cold.
My family and I were frozen. I didn't spend much time in the vault.
Wait, they boxed you up in a fridge? The whole time? Are you saying you were alive before the war?
Yes. I'm over 200 years old.
Oh my god. The man out of time. So, you've seen the Commonwealth, Diamond City. How does it compare to your old life?
Can you even compare the two? The world out here? It's not even close to the one I left.
Feeling a little homesick, are we? Can't say I blame ya. Now, I already know you're looking for your son, Shaun. Do you suspect the Institute was involved in his kidnapping?
I don't know.
No one ever does. That's what makes them so scary. For the last part of our interview, I'd like to do something different. I want you to make a statement to Diamond City directly. The threat of kidnapping is all but ignored in the Commonwealth. Everyone wants to pretend it just doesn't happen. What would you say to someone out there who's lost a loved one but might be too scared or too numb to the world to look for them?
No matter how much you want to give up, don't. You have to have hope that you'll see them again. Or at least, that you'll know the truth.
A strong note to end on, Blue. Thanks. That's everything. It's gonna take some time to put this all together, but I think your story is gonna give Diamond City plenty to talk about. Anyway, I agreed to come with you, right? Watch your back. Just say the word when you're ready. I can't wait to see where the story goes next.
Yeah. Probably not. I got dog meat. I can report back to you if you want, but...
Nat.
Selling papers is busy work, mister.
Most folks are just looking for a hand. All we gotta do is offer.
Well, I'm kinda high on...
Well, if anyone could figure out a good use for it.
I'm starting to nick
Never
stuff.
thought a reporter could consider themselves a success until someone threatened their life. Me? I'm very successful.
Article, the Synthetic Truth. Let's see. Okay, no, we already got that. Reader complaints file. Under the wall. Date 2/15. That's probably the 15th of February. In your most recent edition, your paper failed to acknowledge in any way the contribution of the mighty wall in the defense of our town against last month's super mutant attacks. I find this extremely offensive and will not be purchasing another copy until such disrespect is publicly corrected. Published response. We honor the efforts of all those involved in the defense of our great city, from our valiant guards to the mighty wall. Personal response. Dear Wake 2 members of Diamond City Security died defending this town. Where was... Oops. That was... Where was your hunk of plywood for them? Yeah... Happy story. I find choice of topics sad. How about happy story? Maybe something about nice bar? Published response. Thank you for your feedback. Our stories are selected for relevance and importance to the Diamond City populace. Personal response. Vadim, no story about your bar is going to end happily. For shame. 1st of October. Your paper is just trying to drum up fears about sins to increase sales. You should be ashamed of yourself. They got a point. Thank you for your concern. Published response. Thank you for your concern. Our paper makes significant efforts to ensure all our stories are accurate and free from editorializing. Personal response. Thank you for your concern. I hope you get snatched. You know... Public Perspectives Archive. Per Amors. Dear public, I am torn between two loves. On one hand, I have my profession. Every moment I spend with the young up-and-comers for whom I work brings such joy. On the other hand, I have my co-worker. Wise, patient, debonair. Many suggest that I am not lively enough for him, but I can picture life with no other. I long to confess my feelings for him, but my life is my work. Trying to add a relationship, it would simply shortchange everyone. I must choose public, but who? Per Amors. Dear Per, love is rare. 2, doubly so. Make it work, Per. You work in the same building for shucks' sake. Not what I wanted. Teen troubles. Dear public, me and my little girl have been on our own for a long time now. She's the most important thing in my life, but lately it seems like she's not as interested in hanging out with her papa. I understand she's got to grow up someday, but I'm not ready to let her go. What do I do to make sure I don't lose my little girl? Teen troubles. Dear troubles, your girl's becoming her own person. Let her make decisions. Screw up. Maybe throw some extra cab surveys so she can take her friends out for noodles more often. Then, when she's ready, she'll come to you. Desperate in Diamond City. Dear public, I've been living in Diamond City for years now, but have never been able to land a girlfriend. I wear nice clothes and give them free drinks, but they just seem to think I'm some sort of creep. Free drinks? Maybe. My boss says I've got a face only a mother could love, and I think he's right. I feel like I'm out of options, public. Should I take the plunge and change my face? Desperate in Diamond City. Dear Desperate, ever tried talking to these girls? You should give it a go. No more trying to buy your way to affection. You need to earn it. Okay, sleepwalking beat. Dear public, I got this job. It pays the bills, but lately it's making it so I can't sleep at night. Things have been so tense. I'm getting worried that if something doesn't change, I might slip up and get myself or someone else hurt. Any advice, public? Dear Beat, sounds like you need to relax more. I know after a hard day solving other people's problems, I like to grab a Nuka-Cola, pull out a stack of comics and read till I pass out. Give it a try. Not the worst advice, but yeah, alone in the upper stands. I could use a friend. Everyone in this town is either jealous of me or afraid of me because of how I look and who I work for. I'm not willing to compromise. I'm not willing to compromise who I am, just so people will like me more, but it just gets so lonely. But you seem like a smart gal, Public. Any chance you want to grab a drink sometime? You're alone, going to have to take a rain check on that drink, but your instincts are good. New friends crop up in the most unlikely places, you just need to search them out. Well, okay. Okay. Let's leave. Oh great, we've got another dust storm passing through.
Do yourself a favor and just say yes. It's all he understands.
Yes? Hi.
Don't bother, pal. I ain't seen nothing I ain't heard.
Sure. Okay.
I hear there's a bar in the old theater district. Maybe it's for raiders only. The combat zone. I'd stay clear if I was you.
Okay.
Leave the wall? What are you, nuts? You wouldn't last an hour out there. I'll take my chances on this side of a Green Guardian, thanks.
So let's see what we have. Yeah, we've got a Diamond City here. Hardware Town, that's where we're supposed to grab that paint. Combat Zone. Good Neighbor. Now, what were our... Find Nick Valentine. Follow the Freedom Trail. This is for the paint. Okay. Okay, follow the Freedom Trail is around here. And I guess I have to go to Good Neighbor to find Nick. Well, that's useful to know.
Can't believe you eat that food. Only one thing worth buying in the dugout inn, and that's the booze.
Man's gotta eat. What can I say?
A real Diamond City boy eats at the Noodles stand. Keep looking at me like that. I'm gonna start thinking you're a sin.
If you don't live here, you ain't nobody. Got it?
Well...
Nice hat.
Thanks.
No patient. A new file to open. Do you have a legitimate medical concern? Or is this about our facial reconstructive services?
Facial reconstruction? What's that?
It's Doc Crocker's specialty. If you're interested, talk to him about it. Just head through the door with our logo on it. Now, if you have an actual medical problem, speak up.
Not now.
All right. Excuse me.
Okay. Could have sworn.
Marvelous bone structure. Stop by the mega surgery sometime.
Doctor?
Even though I'm a doctor, I admit I have a small vice. A quick drink after work.
Alright, alright. So, how are we gonna deal with that? Or how are we gonna continue? Check out security? Why not?
You look like you could use a drink. Dugout Inn's got some cold ones.
Okay. So this is the jail, apparently. Sorry. Police protection. Oh, got a door. Huh. Looks like the...
Word is something bad went down in the old Museum of Witchcraft up near Salem. Why would anyone even go there? Been abandoned forever.
Okay. So, you planning to go through or just stand in the way? Thank you. Also sorry about the coughing and such, but I'm recording this Sunday evening, and if you've watched my Duskers Daily Challenge, I'm currently a little under the weather. So, yeah. Picked up the flu somewhere.
Just keep it holstered.
Sure, why not? So this is the security place, and let's check Dugout Inn. And after that we're gonna leave Diamond City, and next episode we're gonna
Got my eye on.
try and find
Hey, Scaver. Got plenty of Brahmin meat on the hooks.
Wait, what kind of meat is this?
You never heard of Brahmin? Big, dumb, got 4 legs and 2 heads. They're the only cattle around. Everything's fresh from the Codman family farms. Sometimes, we get weird stuff from the caravans, too.
Weird stuff? Weirder than two-headed cow meat?
Yeah, Prince Charming. Weirder than that. Mirelurk bloatflies, rad stags. Low protein, right? Ain't like you can be picky in the Commonwealth.
yeah, sure.
I'll take a look, sure.
Check out these cuts.
Sorry.
Whatever you want, I ain't got time.
Don't talk to me. Might attract someone's attention.
Hi.
Got a reason for bothering me? Get lost.
Sure.
Vadim, I need to talk. Just a minute, Yeti. I am in middle of story. So then, I am crossing river, right? Wearing nothing but a smile. When out comes
Nice pit
the
bull.
most dangerous of all sea monsters, a Mirelurk.
A Mirelurk?
Come on. That's like 2 out of 10 points of danger tops. Now, if you want to talk something really deadly.
Vadim! I forgot you were there, you fiend. What is it?
You know what? Never mind. I'll handle it myself. Oh, a customer. Need a room?
What's the story with this place?
Not much to say. We sell food, drink, and rooms. Mainly for traders that come to the area. My brother Vadim runs the bar. Scarlets are a waitress, and she helps me keep the rooms clean. As much as they can be.
Not today.
Well, it's vacant if you ever need it.
Residence Hawthorne.
Excuse me. Hey, what's your story? Mercenary? Caravan guard?
Wrong on both tries.
I can usually spot a hired gun on the first look. Maybe you just give off an armed and dangerous vibe. Anyway, I'm just kicking back and sharing stories while I'm between things. I've been all over, seen vaults, pre-war ruins, and plenty of monsters.
You've been to a vault?
Yeah. Ever heard of Vault 81? They're standoffish, but every once in a while, they'll let new people in.
Okay.
Let's hear your best monster story.
I'm from Diamond City. You want to talk something really scary? It's the Institute in their sense. Don't go to University Point. Trust me, you don't want to know what they're capable of.
Okay.
So you explore old ruins?
Last place I was going to check out was Salem. Real old town far to the north. Never made it, though. Got a bad feeling about that area.
See you around, Hawthorne.
Later.
You there. We need to have a conversation.
Oh, who be you?
You got my attention.
I'm always looking for people who know how to handle themselves in dangerous situations. From what I hear, you may fit the bill.
What's the job?
I don't know yet. Whatever needs to be done once my boss has had a look at you. I can assure you that it will be dangerous. And that you'll be paid fairly.
I live for danger. Where do I sign up?
I like your enthusiasm. By the way, I'm Edward Deegan. You'll mostly be working for me, but you'll need to talk to my boss first. His name is Jack Cabot. He likes to personally interview everyone I hire. He's careful like that. Come down to Cabot House in Beacon Hill and ask to talk to Jack. I'll let him know you're coming.
Right.
Busy here. I'm busy.
See this bar? I killed a man for it. No, I kid. He is dead, though. Now, let me know when you're ready to order.
So, this your bar?
Damn straight it is. My brother Yefim and I make the best moonshine in the entire Commonwealth. We call it Bobrov's Best. Had to start renting out rooms just so customers had a place to safely pass out after drinking it.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Good.
So, Bobrov's Best. What does it do? +1 charisma, +1 strength, -1 intelligence. That's most of the drinks, I think. Using your
Stop, okay?
int.
Miss?
Hi there. You can order drinks and food here or at the bar.
Who owns this bar, anyway?
The Bobrov brothers picked this place up a few years ago. Vadim Bobrov is the loud one, Yefim Bobrov is the quiet one, and I'm the one that has to listen to them argue with each other all
Don't need anything today.
day. Okay.
Just finding out who I can talk to and who I can't. Not you the guy who was sitting outside? No, you're not a guy. Sorry. Oh, it still won't work. Yep. Because why would it? Huh. So, let's see the map. Here we have Vault 81. Useful. Ah no, Find Nick Valentine is also around here, just like the Freedom Trail. That I like. Means we can probably kill two birds with one stone. Come on, no! This is what I want. This is University Point. And this is where Jack Cabot lives. Right. So I think next episode we're gonna head on over to the hardware point. And after that...
Nice hat.
Thanks. Everybody likes my hat.
You're getting pretty chummy with that reporter, huh? Be careful there. The mayor's got it in for her.
Around here, we call your haircut the scab special. Little flecks of blood, give it the personal touch. You should think about getting a trim.
Not right now.
Sure, some other time.
You there. Talk some sense into my net-wit son. Morgana's secretary, is she a synth?
no idea.
You don't know? What? Born without a brain between your ears?
You just said that no one could tell the difference, Ma. He don't know if Geneva's a synth, and neither do you. So could you lay off?
Don't you talk to your mother that way, Johnny.
Don't mind my Ma. She's always a little bit cranky. Let's just focus on you and that lovely head of hair.
Not right now.
Some other time?
Got a feeling he has an interest in Geneva. So,
Park the car in the yard? How about I hammer you in the heart with a haymaker?
This is what I like about you, Wellingham. You know what you are. Not trying to be anything other than helpful. Not like those people down there. Lower field workers always want what they haven't earned.
Oh, an astute observation, sir. Let me just freshen your glass again.
Thank you, Wellingham.
I may have been programmed to serve, but in your case, I shall do so distinctly. Let me know when you're ready to order.
There a problem?
No problem at all. My programming dictates that I serve all customers in the Colonial Tap House, even those that obviously don't belong. Just know that my sensors indicate that you have dangerously low levels of class for this establishment.
Not interested.
A prudent decision.
didn't know robots could be assholes too, but...
I don't object to you outsiders coming up here, but must you insist on speaking to me?
Yes.
Just remain quiet while you're up here. We get enough noise from the riffraff down below.
So let's not go that way.
Keep looking at me like that. I'm gonna start thinking you're a synth.
Yeah. Oh! That's the elevator. Dog meat, just please don't fall down, okay? What did I just say about falling down? Nothing.
Mayor's in no mood to talk about any of this synth nonsense. Unless you're looking for a housing permit, I can't help you.
Wait, what was that about synths?
Oh no, I'm not saying anything. I like my job, thank you very much.
And you are?
Geneva, the mayor's secretary. I handle all the day-to-day.
Well, let's hear about the permit.
We have one home available. It's in the center of town, right near the market. You can do whatever you like with the interior, and all the tools you need to make your own furnishings are provided at no extra charge.
Okay.
Tell me more about this house.
The previous owner bought an adjacent warehouse and knocked down a few walls, so it's bigger than most. And he left behind his old tools, so you'll have everything you need to modify the inside however you see fit.
Well,
Too rich for your blood? Can't blame you.
not right now. Not sure if I want a house in Diamond City, nice as the place may be. No, dog meat! Bloody hell. And I went further in so he wouldn't fall down, but no. Right. Okay.
Latest news from the Commonwealth.
So as I said, next episode we're gonna go head on over probably to Hardware Town and then push on to the combat zone and the place where we can find Nick Valentine and the Freedom Trail. Would be my guess. And until then... Oh, we have a trader right here. That's not Karna, is it?
The only way you get old in this job is assume everyone's out to kill you.
Stick to the roads, and you got a better chance of surviving.
I got so many flavors of mayhem for sale.
Okay, that's cricket. Right.
Soldiers from the Brotherhood of Steel were spotted in the Commonwealth. Sounds like they were, well, they were kind of in trouble at the Cambridge police station. They were in pretty bad shape for a while. But
So you got one of those fancy vault suits.
the Vault
Was
Dwellers
one size fits all?
and gave him a hand. Or a gun. Or something. The Vault Dweller helped them, is what I'm trying to say. Guess they'll probably be on their way soon then. Right? Oh, we're gonna die! Billie Holiday ahead? Yep, yeah, it is. Here it comes.
Okay. Right, anyway, as I said, I think I'm gonna head on back to Sanctuary for a short trip, dump my stuff. I'm pretty high on things, so yeah, gonna head back to Sanctuary.
Defending Diamond City is nothing me, my boys, the wall, and a few turrets can't handle.
And then we're gonna check out the next few quests. And until then, thank you and good night.